Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello to you, good morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome to beautiful and sunny Milan. Today is day 3 of the 2018 Gumball 3000. We arrived here last night, day 2, coming all the way from Chantilly near Paris in France. Arrived here to an amazing atmosphere, but today is a big one. Not only are all of the Gumballers going to be departing to head down towards Bologna to go and visit Pagani, today we're going to be checking out the Pagani HQ, but then many of the cars and all of the participants are going to be heading over to Bologna airport to fly overnight to Osaka in Japan. This rally is London to Tokyo. Loads of these cars are going to be in Japan tomorrow. We're sadly going to be saying farewell to my AMG GTR for this stage of the rally. I'm leaving this car in Europe, but another car will be awaiting us when we arrive. First things first though, as you can see, a lot of the grid has already departed. We need to jump in the car, play catch up a little bit, and get down to Pagani. Now, if you've been following our Gumball 3000 coverage, you will know that we've entered into a bit of a sticker war again with these guys, Team Aztec. They're driving an F-Type SVR, and they have literally sticker bombed the entirety of our route. Everywhere there is one of our black countries in the camo, they have stuck their Team Aztec stickers. Even on the carbon on the roof, here we've got the top point of Italy. That's Italy where we are today, that's Japan where we are tomorrow. They even, at the beginning, somehow got us on the inside. But enough of that, I'm going to come round, jump in, listen to the startup. Who doesn't like a startup from a Rentec GTR? And then it's going to be rally time. Cool, hop on in, let's go. See you in Tokyo. Well, hopefully see you at Pagani first. It is go time, and as you can see, a lot of the Gumballers are still here on the grid. And that means they are all going to have to play a lot of catching up later on to make sure that they make it to Pagani, and in many of the cases, to make sure that they get to the airport in time to load the cars. There are 3 cargo planes that take all of these cars. I think about 100 of them are flying to Japan, and then a 4th plane for us to actually get in. But many of these will be driving from Osaka to Kyoto when we land there. I still can't get my head around that, even though it's not my first Gumball that I've been on with a flight. Absolutely mental. Look at the grid though, look at the effort in the wraps, the designs, the crazy, crazy cars. Anyway, let's get out of here and get onto the motorways towards Pagani. Unsurprisingly, it's a little bit slippy on the tram tracks, but we're quickly getting out of Milan. Not much traffic here at all. And then, like I said, about 2 hours to go to get down to Bologna. Making the use of our magic telepayage or telepass devices here in Italy, and away we go. Driver swap, benzine's at the wheel. We've got the Performante Spider following us. Still a fair whack to go, but the roads aren't too busy, and Pagani is beckoning. Incoming at 11. Small little back roads that all the Gumballers are coming down today. Go this way. Here we are then, the home of Pagani, where they built the Huayras. This is the new museum we've come to visit before. Let's swing around. Oh, that's cool, the Gumball cars lined up outside the front here. In fact, there is a Huayra lurking right there at the front of the museum, and a Huayra Roadster on the left side too. But here we go, joining the Gumball cars. We are the late arrivals. G500 4x4 squared, that thing's just so imposing. Lambos, Bentleys, Porsches, the SLR, the Murcielago SV. He had an issue, good to see he's got back and caught up with everybody. Team Aztec, the SVR, we need to completely sticker bomb them. Hurricane 720S, the McLaren P1, we've got Vehicle Virgins Parker right there. Mr. JWW's 911 GT3 next to another GT3 next to a Turbo S. That green 812 is stunning. The F12 is pretty cool as well right here. Ford pickup. Still not the most exciting drive necessarily getting here.
Pretty much a straight line for most of it.
It was a straight line, Italian autostradas, but now we are here at Pagani. So let's head inside, take a look around. Check that out in the sunshine, the Volcano Orange P1 next to an RS6. Those are pretty common on Gumball because they are such good cars for the purpose, as are the AMG GTs. But Here we go, Team 91, Team Aztec, the Jag F-Type SVR, who have been completely purpleized by Team Alpha, the guys with the satin purple Giulia and Stelvio quadrifolios, but Ben has a pile of stickers in his hand.
Dude, how do we do this? How do we do this in an amusing but annoying way?
They still have the last ones we put on. Did they find the one that was on this side? So Ben sneakily put one underneath the mount. I think it's still there. I can just about see the colour of it. You're gonna take it off and check. Yep. They found it. They actually managed to find that eventually. So they didn't even wrap the car. That's why they're getting the stickers. Up to you. Attack. Full-blown attack.
One for each of those zeros, don't we?
This is... Gumball 3, shmee. Whoops. Oh well.
They did our wheels, so it's only fair that we do them back.
Did the wheels?
They did the centre of our wheels.
Maybe we just give them one. See if the stickers make it to the other side of the world, to Tokyo. Well, you're getting carried away here, stickering up their car. I'm gonna go and check out what's going on inside Pagani. I hadn't really spotted this yet. At the end of the line, Mercedes Maybach S-Class, ultimate support car, luxurious, comfortable. This is an extended one also, so probably a lot of room back there, a lot of luxury, and the Maybach badging just behind the rear window. But this is the newer Pagani Factory, which opened a couple of years ago now. I've visited before, but let's come and have a look at these cars that are outside, and also what is inside the museum to take a look at. I feel like we're going to see a few of these right now inside, but the red and carbon Huayra Coupe, they made 100 of those with the gull-wing doors. But then over here we have the more recently introduced Huayra Roadster. This one's full blue carbon actually. It's really, really nice, also with the blue interior. But everything about these, they are a work of art. Horacio Pagani is an artist. Look at the beauty of the car, the shapes, the lines, and in the sunshine, this carbon fibre with the AMG V12 lurking through that rear window between the buttresses. It is a very, very beautiful machine. This is where they are built. So let's head inside and see what's going on right in here. I think there might be tour groups going around perhaps, but it seems pretty busy at Pagani before we head over to catch our flights. Check this out. Not only is there a third Huayra right here, but there is even a Zonda Cinque inspired go-kart. You might recognize that livery from the one of 5 Zonda Cinque Coupes, then 5 Zonda Cinque Roadsters also, and even a little one for the kids, if you're interested, if they want a little Zonda Cinque. Right, let's go continue. For the moment then, let's head to the museum, the new Horacio Pagani Museo. So you would normally come through here, get a short video that explains things, when you then come in to the main room lined with Zondas. In fact, quite a lot actually from Horacio's past himself, the cars and projects he worked on as a youngster, the things he was building, designing. This is now a complete full-on museum. We're going to have our lunch upstairs as well. You can see all that set up. But in here, we have a very, very nice lineup of the cars. And this one is actually the Zonda Nonna, Italian for grandmother. This was the prototype that got developed and built up through all the different stages. So originally it was a regular Zonda, then a Zonda S, then a Zonda F, then the Cinque, and then the 760 specification, and now kind of retired with, I think, in excess of 1 million kilometers on the clock. It's basically been driven completely through all the different stages throughout the lifespan of the Zonda. Now obviously the original Zonda had the 7.3 litre V12 in the back, and that's a pretty key thing for Pagani, that they carried that through into the Huayra even with the turbocharged engine. But this is the engine from AMG. They were all built in a Falterback by the experts there. But the Zonda, I think it needs no introduction. It's one of the best looking cars out there, works of art, and hence nowadays their values are a little bit crazy. If we move on from Nonna, we head back a little bit to the Zonda S 7.3. The door mirrors on the early cars used to sit quite high on the A-pillars, but the original or earlier stages of the styling before they started gathering the bigger wings and growing and developing even more. Then we've got the Zonda F, 25 of these, chassis number 79. I've always thought this is a very nice one with this deep pearlescent red metallic paintwork. But the coupe is here, the carbon roof and the wings. You can see with the F wing, it's one fixed piece the full width, whereas the S has that kind of dual split wing on the back. On the other side, we've got a Zonda F Roadster. chop the roof off, you can actually fold away the roof. So it's a fabric mixed with carbon contraption that folds away and gets stored in the front bonnet. But beyond that is the elusive Pagani Zonda Cinque, one of the poster cars of its generation. 5 coupes, 5 roadsters, more power than the regular car, more aggressive looks. You've got the scoop on the roof. If we come back here, you've got this carbon roof scoop tucking down towards the back, an even larger wing, these scoops on the rear deck for cooling coming through, and then this completely iconic paint scheme livery, the carbon with the red stripe and the white, pearlescent white around the sides. And then next to that, the Zonda F, the track car, which has the rear clamp currently removed over there, but street illegal, track only. Zonda F full, stripped out, complete race car, but still with the looks and design of the Pagani Zonda. So if we continue down this way, past these wonderfully beautiful things, the spinning Nonna. The Nonna actually used to be called Nonno when it was in build, which was grandfather, and then it became the grandmother when it was kind of retired from regular business. And then you have, I think, one of the prototype Pagani Huayras, yes, prototype number 4. This car did the rounds. I think it might even have been the one that I drove quite a few years ago, actually. It got wrapped in various different designs and liveries along the way, and that has morphed now into the new BC. The BC is also launched as a roadster format too, but the more hardcore version of the Huayra. Wow, not a bad start then. Fantastic lineup here in the museum. If you're like me, then you'll probably appreciate some of the intricacy of the various components within the car, some of which we can see here. So whether it's the materials that they're made from, carbon fiber for the tub, also for the lightweight bodywork, then you have titanium, but every single little piece is finished in the most beautiful possible way, which is why the cars get this reputation for being works of art as much as they are actual cars. Even if you look, for example, at the pedal set that you have there, the brake and throttle, the way they're manufactured, all the components that are painted dual tone with the Pagani logos on them. Every single bolt is made, as you can see here, incredibly light titanium. You have the carbon for the air vent surrounds, the leather door pull grab there, but you have various bits which are now being contained within these display boxes to see some of the history of where these cars came from, because I think nobody would have thought 20 or so years ago when the first Zonda arrived that they might come to be what they are now, and especially the value that they are now. They were saying that this car, the Zonda Cinque Roadster, was 1.3 million euros when it was launched, but they've turned down an offer for this car of 8 million. So significant appreciation in value there. Anyway, we've seen a fair few Paganis already today. I think we're going to get a look into the factory, but not with the cameras rolling, unfortunately. But I will also head up to grab a quick bite to eat as well while we're here. Lovely place though, getting to see some of this, getting to see where Pagani, what Pagani is all about and where it came from. I was just about to say, get your valves opened. There we go. Sounds good. Sounds very good. Oh wow, that was crackly. The Aventador, followed by the Mercy SV. Double Lambo V12 face-off as they depart here. Awesome sound. Really, really like this 812 from Canada. Let's have a listen as it blasts off. Hey. Hey, sounds good. Off they go. So, I think that probably means it is time for us to depart as well. We're heading over to Bologna Airport, where 3 cargo planes will take about 100 of these cars. And then there is one other private large plane for all of us to go on. Hurricane coming out. Because, well, it's time for Gumball Air. Gumball Air, literally, I've done it twice before. In 2014, we went from Miami to Ibiza. Not bad. And we had a flight from New York to Glasgow. And then in 2015, when we went from Stockholm to Las Vegas, we had a flight from Amsterdam, touching down in Portland, Oregon, and then to Reno in Nevada. So, Gumball Air is coming up again. Let's jump down to the AMG GTR and get set to head on over. Cars on the rally varying from the supercars to a 300 SL, a G-Wagon, a Bentayga, the Z8, the RS6, beyond that, 720S. You kind of get the point, but I rather gather that Benzine might have gone a little extreme with his stickers on the SVR. So let's just come around and have a quick look at what he's actually done to this. What's happened around here? Oh, that's a challenge.
That's a challenge, yes. How do we fuel up?
So, okay, the official rules are no removing of stickers, but your fuel cap is kind of blocked off.
Lucky I have an X-Acto blade.
Oh really, you've got a blade? Plan for everything. Oh dear, we can't win, we can't win. Well, other car's heading, let's keep going this way. And then, where's the GTR? All the way down there somewhere. Jump in a second. Team Alpha arrived as well with the Giulia Quadrifoglio. They're satin purple, hence the purple stickers. You've been purpleized. You kind of get the point. They've come over from Dubai. But, right, we better go. We better get on the move and get on the way over towards the airport. Farewell for now then, Pagani. It's always such a fun place to visit, but just give these guys a couple of quick blips. The cracks are so good. And out we go. And, oh, but look who's coming towards us. It's the Indian 911. Nice to see those guys. That car is potentially louder than this car. In fact, it might actually be louder than this car. They probably went loudest car at the rally. They popped flames and stuff out the back of it. But it's about half an hour then from here to our next point at the cargo terminal at Bologna Airport. In theory then, this is the last stop of this part of the journey, and it was very helpful that he directed us in the right direction, so we know exactly where we're going. In theory, I say exactly because I'm not entirely sure, but it must be somewhere down here. It's a bit of traffic. Let's see what happens. All the cars are coming in then and parking up in different car parks depending on the numbers they've been allocated. So this is effectively flight number 1 that we're standing around here with all of these cars. There are different car parks then for flight number 2 and for flight number 3 and for the cars that are staying here where mine is currently, but I'm going to move it in a moment. So it's looking busy. I'm not entirely sure what happens next, but we'll go with the flow. Isn't it pretty absurd that all of these cars that are currently here are going to be in Japan the day after tomorrow? It takes a bit of recalibration to take that all in. Right, we've got our bearings and worked out how this is going to work. I'm currently loitering in the shade because it is boiling hot here right now, but the cars are going to be taken away and parked up. Each of the respective car parks will be loaded into their different cargo planes. So literally huge planes that can take over 30 cars each. Then we're going to go and board a plane that is currently back there on the apron behind the private terminal. The cars will all get loaded into their cargo planes. They will land in Osaka, a 14-hour flight from here, 7-hour time zone change. So we actually land 21 hours after we take off, which is a little bit trippy to work out anyway. Then all the cars land, clear customs, and the following day, 100 or so of the cars that we've been driving with here in Italy will be driving in Japan. It happens that quickly. It is so crazy that this is actually possible. So these cars will be taken away, parked up. I'm leaving mine here. I've got a different car waiting for me when we land in Osaka. So I'll share that with you when we get there. But for now, what a journey it's been over here on the European side, driving from London across the Eurotunnel to Chantilly and then via Zurich to Milan and today to Pagani before we get here to Bologna Airport. I absolutely love this car. It is stickered up to the 9s right now thanks to Team Aztec. I'm just spotting on the wheel as well, on the headlights. Those probably have to come off before driving. But as we said at the beginning, sticker bomb everything when we were given that sticker and put it on. So it served the purpose, right? It's a bit of fun doing Gumball, stickering up the cars, going crazy, just being entertained, and the camo, I think the design we did has really worked. So very happy with that. Those guys' car is actually just coming through right now and they have even more stickers than we do. This is quite frankly ridiculous. It's there on plane number 2, I think. Their car heading over. In a way, I'm sad that I'm not taking my car, but all will make sense when we get out there and you see what I'm picking up to be driving for the second legs of this adventure. So we need to get our luggage out, take that here, hand over the keys to the car, leave that here for now, and then I think it's going to be a case of boarding. I'm going to see what I can access in terms of on the ground here and what other videos might be of interest to shoot. But today's adventure has been good fun. I think visiting Pagani is always a good stop, right? Can't go wrong having a look at the Zondas and Huayras that they have there in the New Look Museum. Good place to visit if ever you're in the area, the Bologna Modena region in Italy. But this brings an end to the 2 shorter days and 1 long day of Europe. We have 3 very long days driving in Japan still to go. I cannot wait to get there. I've never been to Japan. This is a true adventure. It's Gumball 3000 2018, the 20th anniversary. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for the second half of this drive, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.